You should pick your favorite unit. Okay, for real though, it's really hard for me personally to just say, you should totally pick this unit, they're the best, because the best unit here is going to vary from person to person. It all depends on both which character or design you like the most, and which one you'll think will be the most fun to use. For example, I'll be picking Byleth because I love her design, and her kit looks super fun to use. If you currently don't care about any of the characters or designs or kits, then I'm going to go into some more detail about these units to help you decide who to choose as your free pick. First is Byleth, who's cosplaying as Sothus, and is a speedy flying colorless tome unit with a really unique special. Her special Divine Pulse, when activated, increases Byleth's damage by 25% of her speed. After activating, the next hit she takes will have its damage reduced by 75%, and then the next hit she does after that will increase damage by 20% of her speed. A lot of stuff's going on here, but basically, in any combat where Byleth attacks first, she won't die and will probably kill her opponent. Her weapon is pretty much just designed to activate this special skill as often as possible. Byleth's new B skill gives her vantage against ranged opponents when her speed is higher than her opponent's. Remember when I said if she attacks first, she just wins? Now with this skill, she can do that in enemy phase too. Since this skill really only works against ranged units, I think she would pair really nicely with a near-save ally. Overall, Byleth is a uniquely designed mixed phase unit with pretty niche counters, making her super solid. Next is Seliph, who's cosplaying as his dad, and has the best mobility of any melee unit in the game. He can move an extra space, giving him up to 4 spaces of movement, and has Canto too, that's really all he needs. He can move basically across the map, kill something, move 2 spaces back to safety. And kill something he certainly does, with no follow-up and true damage based on how many spaces he moved before combat. His new A skill also gives him stats based on how many spaces he moved before combat. He does have notably low resistance and might struggle against tanky dragon units, so he sort of acts as a glass cannon against them in particular. Which is what I would say if he didn't have the miracle effect in his weapon, preventing him from dying in one hit, and turning him from a glass cannon into a bulletproof glass cannon. Then is Tiki, who is cosplaying as her younger self, and is your classic, really bulky, slow dragon unit. This of course comes with a guaranteed follow-up attack, prevent follow-up, and res-based damage reduction. Sadly enough, this archetype has kind of fallen off in the meta. The fact that all 3 other units on this banner can give themselves no follow-up should speak for itself. The thing that makes Tiki unique, however, is her special charging shenanigans. Before combat, Tiki accelerates her own special by 1 charge, and decelerates her foe's special by 1 charge. This can consistently prevent a foe's special from activating, which is something a tank definitely needs to be able to do nowadays. It also allows Tiki to activate her special consistently, and therefore enable her new A skill, which gives the unit true damage and healing when their special activates. Finally is Chrom, who is cosplaying as Chrom? I don't know, I didn't play Awakening. In terms of combat, he's very similar to Brave Erica from last year, being effective against armors, having damage reduction, and being able to activate his special consistently. Chrom's weapon give him extra stats based on how many effects, positive or negative, are active on him during combat. What sets him apart is the new Conor verified best skill in the game, A Fate Changed. It works like everyone's favorite, To Change Fate, in that it positions an ally behind Chrom and gives him another action. Except this time, it does not only that, but it also yoinks all the bonus effects that ally has, and gives them to Chrom as well. This can lead into so much goofy stuff and give Chrom effects like Mur's Warp Bubble, Claude's Fallen Star, and the no follow-up effect that he gives his allies with his new C skill. These bonuses he borrows also gives him more stats thanks to his weapon that synergizes very well. Funnily enough, the isolation debuff that Chrom gives himself when using A Fate Change also counts as an effect that gives him more stats on his weapon. What a silly little guy. And with that, I hope I've given you a better insight on which unit you should pick as your free choice. Again, these are some of the most unique units we've ever seen, so make sure whoever you pick is the unit you'll think you'll have the most fun with. And of course, thanks for watching.